What's going on, everyone? This is Zach here once again, bringing you another album review. And if you guys haven't seen my last update video, you know that I'm going to be reviewing all the Red albums that I haven't reviewed before. But yeah, I already got the review out for Innocence and Instinct. So now we're going to jump to the review on Reds Until We Have Faces. Yeah. And right off the bat, what do I think of this album? I think it's pretty good. You know, that's just my initial thought, though. Now to get into the more detailed review. This record, like the CD casing overall, I do have one gripe about it, is that it's all red. And it's not really that great. I gotta say, it's not that great as far as the CD case goes, but that doesn't make this a bad album. The first track is Feed the Machine, probably my favorite off this record. It's the heaviest track on the record. It overall is just very good. And most of you know, I got to see Red live in concert twice. You know, and both times, you know, they did that song, Feed the Machine. And I gotta say, both times was awesome. But the second time I seen them, when they did that song, they opened up with that song. It was phenomenal, I gotta say. And it's probably my favorite Red song to hear live. Feed the Machine's a great song. It's got some, like, ambience at the end of the track. And it's pretty heavy for a Red song all the way through. The track after that is Faceless. This one here is an okay track. It's not my favorite, but it's pretty good. My problem with that track is it's a little too catchy. And if you guys know me, I'm not really into catchy songs that much, but it overall is pretty decent. It's probably the main theme of the album because of the title, Until We Have Faces, and the track, Faceless, kind of reflects on that. Basically, the album is about finding your true identity. And like I said, I feel like that has a lot to do with the track, Faceless. It reflects on that. Not to mention, you know, my gripes about that track, I feel like it's a bit too overrated and it's a little too catchy, which I'm not too crazy about. And the track after that is Lie to Me, Denial. This here's another good one. It kind of has some, like, ambience at the beginning. It has, like, random noises, and it does have a big build-up, and it gets right into the song with the guitars and the drums and all that. And the chorus is actually good. It's not too catchy where it can get stuck in your head all the time, which is something I really don't like about catchy songs. But, yeah, Lie to Me, very good song. The track after that is Let It Burn. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but was Red really intending on this one being a single? Because this song is actually one of the most popular ones, if not the most popular one on here. And it's personally one of my favorites, so I can see why. But was Red really, you know, intending this to be a single? I don't know. It is a good song, though. It is definitely one of my favorites off the record. Very melodic. If you're into songs, you know, Red songs like Lost, this is, you know, a good one for you. Because the two tracks are very similar. Not so much lyrical-wise, but, like, maybe, like, atmosphere-wise, kind of. But yeah, Let It Burn's another good one. Now this here is probably not only the most underrated Red song on this record, but probably the most underrated Red song ever. Buried Beneath is a very good song, and I don't know why this track doesn't get what it deserves. I feel like this track deserves more hype than it does. Than most of the songs on this record, really. It is a very good song. It's also very melodic. You know, it is catchy, you know, even though I really don't like catchy songs, but very good song right there, Buried Beneath. I really can't complain about it. The track after that, which is Not Alone, this here is more of a ballad-like, you know, but it's slower than most of the tracks on this record. You know, this is more of like a lovey-dovey kind of song, you know. Those kind of Red songs I'm not too crazy about, because, you know, I'm not really into the love song thing. you know. I'm too manly for that. But no, in all seriousness, it's just not that great of a track, and it's definitely not Red's best ballad. If it is a ballad, some people don't call it a ballad, but, you know. Yeah, I mean, Not Alone is a good song if you like those kind of, like I said, lovey-dovey and uplifting songs. It might suit you well, but, you know, not so much people like us metalheads. The next track is Watch You Crawl. This here is another good one. Another great track. This one here is also one of my favorites. It's haunting, it's yet melodic, and, you know, the lyrics are excellent. This is probably out of all the songs on this record, I feel like the one with the best lyrics is actually Watch You Crawl. You know, it's funny because the track before that was Not Alone, and I don't really like the lovey-dovey, uplifting kind of lyrics, but Watch You Crawl, man, just great track. I kind of compare it to the song Lie to Me, because I feel like the guitar work in Lie to Me and Watch You Crawl are both very similar. But yeah, the song after that, which is The Outside, also a very good song. This one here is also one of my favorites. It's another hard hitter, man. It's the second heaviest track on this record, next to Feed the Machine. You know, I love the intro to the song, The Outside. Everything about that song is good. You know, the bridge, chorus, everything is just pure gold from very start to finish in that song. Very, very good. The song after that is Who We Are. This one here is okay. I do like this track, but the problem is it sounds too youth groupy. And if you guys know me, I hate youth groups. Yeah, but, you know, those were back in my teenage years. But that's a whole nother story. It just sounds like a song that you would hear in, like, a youth group event. And because of that, I can't say it's top notch. You know, because I hate the memories of youth groups. And no, that's not the whole reason why I don't like that song. You know, I can like that song for many other reasons, but that's just kind of how I think of it. But it overall is a good song. It's got a pretty good bridge. Yeah, the chorus is a bit too catchy. And, you know, with all that, this is probably, and you're probably like, there's a lot of catchy ones on this record, eh? Yeah, this is probably Red's catchiest album ever. Yeah, just a ton of catchy ones on here, but yeah, that's the track Who We Are. The song after that is Best Is Yet to Come. This one here I'm not too crazy about either. It kind of just puts you to sleep, kind of boring, really not that interesting. It's kind of like Not Alone, but, you know, it's a lot like that track, and I'm just not too crazy about it. And I apologize, guys, if I'm a metalhead reviewing a rock record, but, you know, because I'm not much of a soft rocker, you know what I mean? But Best Is Yet to Come, you know, overall, I'm just not too crazy about. Most of the tracks on here, though, are good. The song after that, and if you guys thought I didn't like slow songs, we get to the last track, which is Hymn for the Missing. Best way to close any Red album. If Red makes a new album next year, I hope they make another song like that one on that record. Hymn for the Missing is a great song. I've loved that track since the day I heard it. You know, Hymn for the Missing is a very good song, and it's very sad at that. But, you know, the outro to that track is amazing. It's pretty melodic, you know, lyrics, everything about that. It's just excellent. There's, like, not one flaw in this track. Other than I can say, I feel like the timing could have been a slight bit better. But other than that, it's a perfect Red song. But yeah, that's my review for this. Until We Have Faces by Red. It's overall a good album. Most of the tracks on here are good. I'm going to give this 3.5 out of 5 stars. I'm going to give it a 3.5 because there are some tracks on here that I do skip most of the time. But overall, I have to say my favorite tracks are Feed the Machine, Lie to Me, Let It Burn, Bury Beneath, Watch You Crawl, The Outside, and Hymn for the Missing. Those are probably my top 7 or 6, or how many I just counted. But yeah, it's a good record. If you're a Red fan, you don't have this, definitely don't pass on it, because this is a fan favorite Red record. It's not my favorite. My favorite is tied with End of Silence and of Beauty and Rage. Third to that would be Innocence and Instinct. Then probably this record. But yeah, this is not a bad record overall. I think it's very good, but, like I said, the gripes about it don't make up, for how, good this record is. It is very good. And it's definitely something worth listening to. And I highly encourage you to listen to it if you got the chance. Like I said again, if you're a fan of Red and you don't have this yet, I don't know what you're doing, but you need to pick it up. I also recommend this record to fans of Breaking Benjamin, Disciple, and 3 Days Grace. If you're a fan of any of those bands, check out Red, for crying out loud, because, they're all in the same family. I mean, not literally, but, genre-wise and musical style-wise. And all the bands kind of know each other, too. I don't know about Disciple, though, but, that's completely besides the point. You should definitely listen to this record. Definitely do so. It's a good one. That kind of wrapped up this review. What do you guys think of the album if you heard it? Be sure to, leave a comment. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, because I got more reviews coming. Yeah. That's pretty much it. I'm out. See you guys later.